The topic of immigration and asylum has come up recently in the media, again here in Australia. Australia has a pretty intense immigration and asylum seeker program, or government response to those things. They're both separate but related issues. Some people think that a wealthy country like Australia, or any countries in the West, have a moral obligation just to let lots of people in, and that's going to solve their problems. Other people who are, well, probably a bit xenophobic, to be honest, or certainly economically minded at least, think that it should be extremely minimised, or just not allowed to occur at all. So you've got two pretty divided camps on it, fairly polarised points of view. Now, I can see a bit of value in both arguments, but ultimately neither of them are right. If you want to let people in here to improve their economic position, then that's great and that's humanitarian and so forth, but if you just open the doors and let everyone come in, you're not going to help their position at all. In fact, you're probably going to make it worse for them and the people who are already here. What you're going to do is just create the same problems that people are trying to escape from. So there's a balance in between the two. Ultimately, the problem, though, is that we're trying to move people to the wealth rather than move wealth to the people. And if we're ever going to get a far more equitable distribution of wealth in the world, then we really have to change from socialism and capitalism, because they're both failures and they both do a similar thing but in different ways. They both require a power elite to control and distribute the wealth. In a socialist state, and I'm talking about a nation state communism or socialism, they do this by just people being a member of the ruling party, and committees and organisations who are part of that, just being granted the power to do that kind of distribution of wealth. Whereas in capitalism it comes more from a ruling elite, which can either be inherited or you can work your way up, which is a bit of the appeal and great myth of capitalism, that anyone can make it, because by its very structure and definition not everyone can, because you're taking wealth every time you make a profit, so you're actually making other people poor. And the global situation that we have now as far as the inequitable distribution of wealth is just a byproduct of that. So in terms of immigration and asylum seeking, then yes, we should let a certain amount of people in here or other wealthy Western countries, but it just can't be open slather, because you're going to end up breaking down the economy and the culture and the social culture, the fabric of the country. It'll stop being functional, is what I'm trying to say, and you'll end up with a lot more people adversely affected, which is not to suggest that the situation people are coming from now is acceptable. It's not. It's just that everyone going to rich countries isn't the answer, because it's just not going to work. The answer is solving the structural problems that are giving us these issues to begin with. And both capitalism and socialism are the root cause of it. And it's not until we have a purely free economy where people are happy to give away things just for the value of it, to share and love one another, and just respect other people's humanity and needs. It's not until we do that and until we have an economic system like that that we're actually going to see the end of these problems. So that's why I'm trying to develop freeeconomy.org. It's been around for a while, but it's in dire need of a lot more work being done on it. But that and other sites are the start of the solution, so please check them out. But that's my opinion on the immigration and asylum debate. Okay, thanks.